live. I'm a mess, but it's fine. Okay, hopefully, you guys can hear me well enough. So yeah, jump into this. I'm going to side of the screen. Let's get on with this. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Right. There we go. Might get a few more people in. Might not, but I'm gonna go with it. See what happens. Do do. Right. So far we have the head of the teddy bear that we're making. This took me, I want to say 4.5 to 5 hours total. Oh. And then of course you've got the face, ears, and it's sealed at the bottom so all of the stuffing doesn't fall out. I'm just gonna put this little one there. I'm currently in the process of making the arms, and then once I've done that, I'll make legs and then start building main part of the body, which is gonna take some time. It might take definitely gonna take patience, but we'll deal with it as we go. So to start off, I did magic ring, which can be a bit fiddly. It's quite tricky and it takes a lot of patience. You'll notice I started off with a thinner wool, and then went on to a thicker wool later on. I've done 4 rows of the thick wool and a decrease by 3 stitch on the end of the 4th row. I'm now going to do another 4 rows and another decrease by 3 stitches at the end of the 4 rows, and I will repeat that same process on the other arm, and then we'll repeat that same step again, and that'll be the arms done. So let's hop into it. I don't know how well you guys can see what I'm doing because I am sat a fair distance away from the camera. So let me just shuffle a little bit closer, so you guys can better see what's going on here. So this bear that I'm making is a gift for a friend. This is row number 1. They asked for a rainbow bear with white ears. Five, 6. I'm just counting around each stitch till I get back to where the start, so I know when I've done one row. This is stitch number 6, 7, 8, 9. So if this row is only 9 stitches, 9, 10, 11, 12, the last row was 12 stitches. So now we're only working stitches. So that's the first row done. I'm gonna crochet another 9, that'll be the second row. 1, 2, hang on. You'll notice as well, I tend to keep one of my fingers inside the arm as I go round. This just makes it easier to hold so it doesn't slide around, and so I know where I am with my stitches, otherwise I tend to get a bit confused. So that was 1 second stitch. Two. This is third stitch on the second row after 4. I have to be quite careful with this wool that I'm using at the moment because it's very fragile and it could break quite easily. 4, 5. But that's only when it's like this. But once it's all crocheted together, it strengthens it so it's less likely to break. I think I made a slight mistake, so I'm going to come out and redo that one. 4, this is 5. Oh. I think I miscounted. Whoops. That's 8. This is 9. This decrease is there. Alright, so that's the second row done. After the decrease, I'm going to go into the third row. 1, 2, oh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that was 6. 7. This is 10 stitches. Must have miscounted. Decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 3. So this is 4. This is row number. I don't think I'm going to need to decrease again just because the hole on here is getting a little bit tight. This is row 4. And we do the legs in similar way to the way I'm doing the arms. We just don't need to decrease. Row number 4. This is first arm. You can see on this side where we did the little decrease. Hello. I'm really not sure how to pronounce your username, but I appreciate you being here. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce your username because I know I will pronounce it wrong and I don't want to offend anyone. But I appreciate you being here. Do you have any Insta? Yes, I do have Instagram. I'll pin it in the chat so that you guys can see, but it's my Insta is at the.officialjenna. That is my Instagram. In the chat there. How can I? I think on the stream somewhere, if you press like on the actual video of the stream, like this bit here that I'm pointing to, there should be a thing that comes up that says follow, or you can go to my profile on stream and follow there. Oh fudge, I've lost where I'm doing. Right. There's the decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to repeat what I've just done on this arm to the other one. So I'm just going to put this one to one side for the minute and repeat what I've done here on the arm that I've just done onto this side. So this one I've already done. decrease. I just need to do the, hang on. I've confuddled myself here, people, bear with me. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. On this one, I've done the 4 rows. I'm gonna do, I think I did 3 stitch decrease on that one. So I'm gonna do a 3 stitch decrease on this one. But the bottom of the arm on this section is a bit wider than the other one, so I think I'll do a 4 stitch decrease, just because my proportion with crocheting isn't the best, so I have to tidy it up as I go along. Here, followed you on Insta. Will you follow back? Thank you. I appreciate the follow and the support. I can hang on quickly. I'll check. If I see that you followed, I will follow you back. Bear with me. Oh, hang on. Oh, yep, I see ya. Just got a notification come through. Bear with me. do. Instagram's taking a minute to load. Bear with me. There we go. Go to that one. I don't normally follow my followers back, but I will follow you back. At what time do you... Well, for me, it's currently 47 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. I know time zones and things can be a little bit of a frustrating thing. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. We can talk whilst I'm streaming. You can DM me on Instagram and I will try to respond when I can, or you can, I think it's called a whisper, send a whisper or a message on Twitch as well, and I will respond to that as soon as I see it. Right, so I've done the decrease on this one. Now I need to do the 4 rows. So this is stitch 1, row 1. It's gonna take a minute. 1. Oh, did I miss one? Nope. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh! Thank you for the follow! Thank you! 4, 5. Hi, Mum! Yeah! Yeah! 6. 7. 8. 9. Oh. 10. 11. I'm definitely gonna have to do another piece on this one. 12. 13. I'm definitely gonna have to do another decrease on this one because I really messed up with the proportion on this, because whereas this I think was only about 12 or 14 stitches, this one was like 17, I think. So I'm gonna do, we've just finished the first row. I'm gonna do 3 more rows, which would be 4 rows, and then I'll do another decrease. That decrease will probably only be like 2 stitches, 2 maybe 3, because I did decrease by 4 on here. So we've just finished the first row after the decrease on this one. I'm gonna do 3 more rows. This is row 2, stitch 1. 2, 3, 4, oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, oh, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right. That's row 2 done, so there's 2 more rows to do. What's your age? I am 20 years old. I will be 21 on the 16th of May, so that's quite exciting. Second row done. On to row 3. Row 3, stitch 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, oh no! Hang on, our stitches are getting a bit loose here. What's going on? Sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I'm doing a lot of counting, but counting them just helps me keep track on like what stitch I'm on and like where I am. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right, so that's the end of row 3. You don't look like, I know, I look very young for my age, which, I don't know, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. What should I call you? So, you can call me by Jenna, some of my friends call me Jen. I am okay with the 2 of those. So, Jen or Jenna, fine by me. So that's row 3 done. So this is row 4, stitch 1. 1, oh, 2. Got a little bit stuck then for a second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that is the end of row 4 for this arm. And then what I think I'm going to do, because this arm is only 10 stitches at the top, whereas this arm it's 14 stitches at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease this arm that we've just done by 2, and then I'm going to increase this arm by 2, because then both would have 12 stitches at the top. So we've just done row 4 on this one. I'm going to decrease 2. Yeah? Oh, did you win that at the bingo? Okay, I'll come grab it. I'm just streaming on Twitch. Like, coming up for 4 o'clock? Right. Decrease by... Ooh, bit of a tangle. Wait, what? Is it? Right, so that takes that down from 14 to 12. So that goes down from 14 to 12. This is at 10, so we need to increase 2. And to do that, we just do 2 single crochet through the same stitch. So this will be 1. This is 2. So that's now gone from 10 to 11. Then we go 1, 2 in the same stitch. That's now increased to 12. So if I count, you see how it kind of looks a bit like a plait around the top here? If I count each of those, there should be 12 of them. So I'm going to start from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this should have 12. This one should have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now, they both have 12 stitches at the top. So now we're going to crochet 4 rows around the top of where we've just done. So on this one, it's had a decrease and an increase because of my poor proportions. And then on this one, it's had a decrease and a second decrease due to my poor proportions. But it's not perfect, but they're looking fairly symmetrical here, guys. Fairly symmetrical. And it doesn't have to be perfect. They're not going to turn out exactly the same every time. And that's fine. What's your favourite thing? So, favourite thing, that would depend. I very much enjoy arts and crafts and creative outlets. Music's a lot of fun. No, I am not married, and I wouldn't say I look professional, black clothing's comfortable. Hi, Mum. Ooh, that looks nice. Now I'm curious. Hang on, my mum's just given me what she won while she was out. This looks fun. Oh, what? It's a tiny little... Ooh, what is this? Ooh, this looks fun. Sorry, I get distracted easily. Distracted easily. So we've got a little vanilla scented oil. That's pretty cool. She's still sat in your bed. And then we've got a pomegranate and black lily scented candle, which is kind of looking a bit like a cracker. That's cool. Right. Well, I hope you're all having a good day. Appreciate everyone coming on stream. Right, so I think I'm going off the one that we just increased, so I'm going to do 4 rows around here, and then this arm is done, and then we'll do 4 rows around the other arm, and that one should be done. They're not going to look exactly the same because my proportions with this stuff is not great. It's something I'm working on. But we'll get there. So, 12 stitches, row 1. Let's go. And this is the first arm. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. What's up, man? Okay, do you want any help towards paying for cinema tickets or snacks? Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right. 12 stitches, row 1 done. Right, let's do row 2. 12 stitches, row 2. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, having a bit of trouble. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, that's 12 stitches, row 2 done. This arm is looking a very, very funny shape, but we'll work with it. Once we're able to, like, get the stuffing in it, should, smooth out, so to say. Oh, tricky. Right. 12 stitches, row 2 done. Oh, I think there's a little bit of a lag, so I'm going to pause for a second. Oh, hiccups. That's not fun. Right, 12 stitches, put my teeth back in. 12 stitches, row 2, done. 12 stitches, row 3, let's go. 1. Oh, oh no, tiny mistake. Go all the way. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, 12 stitches, row 3 done. I think just because the sound's getting a bit long, I'm going to leave it at that. So 12 stitches, 3 rows to finish. Now I need to do the 12 stitches, 3 rows on the other arm. Progress. You'll notice both these arms are attached from opposite ends of the string. But it's fine, we'll work with it. Right, I need to pinch the crochet needle from this side to this side. So 12 stitches, row 1 on the other arm. 12 stitches, row 1. 1. Oh, hang on. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 stitches, row 1 done. 12 stitches, row 2. 1, 2, 'What's happened? 2 stitch. God, that was a tricky chain. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So let's do 12 rows, 12 stitches, 2 rows. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. That works. Right. So there we have our. They're not exactly the same, but we've got 2 arms there. We do have a little bit of excess thread here, but that's okay because we're going to need that to attach them both to bodies. So now we're just going to tie them off, and the easiest way to do that is by doing a slip knot. Do as if you're doing a stitch, but you pull the tail of the thread all the way through. If I do this one up close so you guys can see. So we've got 4 rows, 4 rows, and 2 rows. Tying this off, we wrap 1, pull through, and then I'm gonna have to do this very carefully because this wool is very fragile. Pull the tail all the way through to the end, and then very gently pull it tight so it makes a knot. And that's the arms done. They're not perfect, they're not exactly the same in like form or shape, but they're about the same length, and they're not going to be perfect exactly the same. This one's looking a bit thinner than this one, but we can pad this one out with some extra stuffing. That's fine. So that entails we have 2 arms and his little head. Kind of see these are gonna sit either side of his little head, like this. Kind of. It's kind of difficult to show you guys with just these pieces, but we'll get there. These are like little finger puppets. They're really funny. Right. So that's the head and the arms. Oh. Done. The arms and the head finished. The next challenge will be doing the legs, and that is going to take a lot of patience. The only difference is with the legs, we don't need to decrease. They have to stay like the same size all the way up. So whereas with the arms, we did either 2 decreases or a decrease and an increase. we don't need to do any decreases when we do the legs, and I will show you guys how to start those off in a second to hydrate. Because my mouth is feeling a little dry, and that's not fun. It's a bit better. Right. So, doing the arms has taken me 45 minutes total. 45. So that's like an hour and a half total just on arms. Before we can start the legs, I need to separate the two different threads of wool. You can see there's two different threads like twizzled around each other. Doing it like this, it's too thick and it gives too much of a rough texture, and it's very annoying. But when it's separated with two separate strands, it's a lot softer, it's a lot easier to work with, and it has a nice finishing texture. However, it is very fragile, and if I pull too hard, it's going to snap. Or more so, just kind of fray apart, and I don't want that to happening. So, we're going to be very gentle with this, and it's going to take some, patience. There's different ways to do it, but I like to get my finger and thumb in between the two strands, and I like to pinch the top one between my middle and index finger, and then kind of pull the two ends apart and twist. See how it's kind of gradually separating? This is going to take a while, but we're just going to do it all the way along until we get to the end of this. If it gets a bit too tangly, I'll cut it and start over. Actually, I think doing that all the way along there is gonna frustrate me, so I'm just gonna cut from this purple blue bit. Yeah! Yeah, I'll do it now! Alright. Bear with, guys. Phone takes ages to load. I just need to do something. that done. Just gonna carry on separating this till we get all the way to the other end. Feel free to carry on chatting in the chat on stream. It's more fun when there's you guys to talk to. Makes it a bit more interesting, otherwise I get a little bit bored. But I do find crocheting, it's very therapeutic. It's for some reason very soothing. I think that's why I enjoy it so much, because it's creative, it's fun, and I don't have to really worry so much on the front side of it being perfect, so to say. It doesn't have to be, and I can kind of do what I want with it. Like, I can sorry, slight setback in the separation. There was a little bit of a tangle at the other end, and it's very difficult to untwizzle the two different strands from each other when there's a tangle in the middle. But we're making some process. I say we just under halfway now, actually. I can't promise that because I don't know. Was quite a big strand we started separating, but it works. Hopefully everyone can see and hear me well enough though. Do appreciate everybody coming on stream and hanging out and talking to me though. Thank you. In case I forget manners later on. And feel free to share the stream, follow and whatnot. Helps me out a lot. And makes me happy and helps me reach more an audience thing. So if you know anybody, friends, family and whatnot that enjoy arts and crafts, baking, gaming possibly, feel free to share my content with them. I would be very grateful if you did. It helps me reach more people and build more of a following and get more content out there and things. Such as a little bit of promotion there. But hey, we got this. This is gonna take me a hot minute to separate and detangle this. It's a bit of a muddle, but we'll work with it. This is definitely gonna take a while, guys. Bear with me. We're gonna do it. You guys can't hear what Mum's doing downstairs. Let's see, any no new info in the up at METHKIRTO. Hopefully that works. There we go. Little bit of tangle here. A sharp object. I don't know when, why, or how that happened, but it has. Bit of a not up dress. We'll do that in it. Right. What's happened here? That's what's happened there. Sorry, separating this two different strands. Okay. 4 o'clock. I'm dressed. I'm gonna need a coat first. That'd be fun. Going to the cinema with my mum and my sister at 7. So I'll probably, what's it? It's 5:30 now. So if I stream until 5, 5:30, then that gives me from 5:30 till 6 to sort myself out, ready to go out. Probably start walking down cinema at like half. This is taking very, very long time. Testing my patience. Once it's done with a decent amount wool work with. Now you might be thinking, why don't I just use the wool with the thickness it is? It's too thick, it creates a texture that's too rough, it's not very soft, then it kind of defeats the purpose of soft and cuddly. I don't want that. I want bear to be soft and cuddly. If it's too thick, it creates a rough texture when it's all crocheted together, then that's not going to work. So we need to sort that. We're making some progress, guys. This is taking way too long to separate all this. So what I might just do is quickly try and separate this as much as I can. Now there is a knot actually, which I didn't notice prior to this. So I think I'm just gonna cut that little knot out, and then that gives us and then we haven't got so much to do. Because I didn't notice there was a little knot somewhere up there. And then each of these little threads that we have that we've separated from each other will be used for, so one will be used for the left leg, one will be used for the right leg, and that should give us enough to do the legs, and maybe enough to connect the two different legs. We shall see what happens. And then, so we have this rainbow wool, which we're using for the arms and the legs, which I think works really, really well, and happy with it so far. And then we have this white wool, which is similar to this rainbow wool that we're using, which I think will be really good for the main body of the bear. So it'll kind of look like it's wearing a little baby girl or a jumper or something. It's going to have little white paws, because with this wool it doesn't do the magic ring thing that I need it to do, which is why we're using the thinner white wool to do like the really important details like the face and the ears and the start off, because with the thinner wool it's easier to do the magic ring and doesn't snap as easy. A bit stronger, but it's not so thick that it creates horrible texture, and just makes this process a little bit easier. Not by much, but it does help. I'm pretty sure if I tried to do the magic ring with the wool I'm separating now, it would just snap and it would all fall apart and it wouldn't work. So that's why I'm using a mixture of different so that I can get the best quality of my work. So there, now we have one strand, two, and they're separate from each other and should work well enough to get a leg out of each half of that. If not, we'll just have to adapt slightly, and that's fine. You can do that because I am good at improvisation and adapting, which is a helpful skill to have, being good at being able to improvise and adapt to when things don't quite, go to plan sort of situation there. You gotta have a bit of an idea on how to do that. But that's cool. We've accidentally wasted a little bit of wool here from when we had to cut that knot out. But it's fine. It's only like 2 centimeters wool maximum. Sharp object. What is it? Still only 4:30. So that took us like 7 minutes to separate all that. It felt like a lot. Right. Now we're gonna do the magic rings to start off the legs. These are going to be, so honestly, the magic ring, like doing the magic ring is like the hardest bit of like making the entire thing and like actually putting all the different pieces together. Like the actual making the different sections, once you understand how to do it, is fairly easy, I'd say, with practice. But actually starting off each section with the magic ring is very tedious. It's a tiny bit frustrating at most, but it works. Right. There are multiple different ways to do the magic ring. But this is the way I like to do it. It doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me. And everyone has their own like different way of doing things, and that's fine. So I'm going to start with a thin wool. You are going to need a little bit of a tail for this, and you'll understand why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around my fingers so it makes a circle. I'm going to take my crochet hook and put it through the circle. I'm going to wrap the working wool, which is this long bit here that we're using to actually crochet. And you want to make sure that you keep the crochet hook inside that loop and pinch the part where the tail and the working wool come together in the little circle. I'm going to wrap my working wool, so this long bit here, once over the crochet needle and pull that back through the circle. That creates a stitch. I'm going to wrap the working wool back over the crochet needle and pull that through that stitch we just made. that's going to make a little bit of a slip knot. So we have now the magic ring and the little tail. And then if I pull this tail, you see the ring shrinks. This is why it's called a magic ring. I think. That's kind of how I understand it. So now I'm going to do 6 single crochets into the little magic ring. And then once I've done the 6 single crochets, I'm going to pull on this shorter tail. And that's going to take it so the ring will shrink and pull the crochet into a circle. This is stitch 1. The single crochet is it's the easiest thing to learn. So simple, single crochet, in through the magic ring, wrap the working wool once over the crochet hook, pull it back through, and then you wrap the working wool once over the crochet needle and pull that through both the stitches. And that's how you do a single crochet. We're going to do 6 of those around this. So I've got 2 here. I need to do 4 more. 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have my 6 single crochet and my magic ring. And now I'm going to pull the tail. And it should go something a bit like this. Then, on the tutorial I saw how to do it, they do like a slip stitch. But I find that makes it look messy, so I just do a single crochet. I'll quickly come get something. I like to do 1 single crochet through the first stitch we made before we pulled it into a circle. It's a bit tricky and it's a bit fiddly, but now we've got this. And then again, to make that single crochet, you put it through the hole, wrap once over the hook, pull back through the hole you went through, wrap once, pull through both stitches. So that's how you do a magic ring and single crochet. I think because I need to get something to eat and get ready to go out, I'm going to end this stream here, and we will resume this another time. So, to everyone who's came on stream and joined me in my creative chaos, thank you for being here. Appreciate all the love and support, and I will catch you all next time.